course. My name is Sundra. I am the founder of ISANGS Hair Body, which is the shop that we're sitting in right now. And my background, I studied business with a focus on social entrepreneurship. And when I was in my early 20s, I tried to start a business working with textiles and women producers in Nigeria. That business never really got off the ground, but did give me a good lesson in all of the things I needed to learn in order to start a social entrepreneurship project. So I went on to law school and worked in everything from corporate mergers and acquisitions to human rights, worked with the Convention Against Torture. And I ended up teaching also at Copenhagen Business School in human rights and business. But now I run full-time ISANGS Hair Body. And in this project, we work with cooperatives around the world, from farming cooperatives in Palestine to Brazil to Ghana to cooperatives in France. And the philosophy is really simple. We try to impact the supply chain at each stage and try to see how we can have the most positive impact with our products at each stage of the life cycle of our products. So we're looking at products from when the raw ingredients are produced to when they're made here in our shop. We have an open production workshop right here, to when our products are disposed of, and trying to really understand how at each stage our products impact this broader system, the environment that we live in, and then how we can have a more positive impact at each stage of that. And that's what I do full time now. Well, women make up around 50% of the population. So it seems pretty obvious that if we're going to really fundamentally change the way that we structure our societies and approach sustainability, that we're going to have to include women in the dialogue. Also, women disproportionately shoulder a lot of responsibility, for example, in the homes, even in the Western world, disproportionately do a lot of unseen, unpaid labor in the homes, childcare, managing households. So they have some really unique perspectives and insights into how the systems and how our society functions. And so if we're going to try to make some meaningful changes in the way that our society functions, then I think we're going to have the input of women inside in that dialogue. And of course, women are different, they're diverse, their perspectives are different, but that's almost kind of the idea, right? We need to have as many diverse perspectives and ways of looking at these problems as possible, and inputs, so that we can start to have solutions that are actually workable, and not just theoretical solutions, but things that are actually practical and work on the ground, and include all of the people that are going to be impacted by these solutions or processes, but also all of the people that are going to have to be included in making them workable. My success story is, I have a business. It's been here for 10 years. We've kind of gotten over one of the biggest hurdles, just surviving for a long time, which a lot of businesses don't do. And at the same time, surviving while having a slightly different alternative approach to how we do business, which I think is really one of the things that I'm most proud of with running this space, is that we focused on slow production, exposing people to all the parts of production. All of our production happens inside of our shop. It's open. People can come in and look and ask questions. But then we also focus on exposing people to the cooperatives that we work with that provide our raw ingredients. So people get a better understanding of the entire supply chain, both before the products are made, the raw ingredients, how those are produced, and what conditions people are under when those are being produced. But then also when the products are made, they can come in, look in the shop, get an introduction and have an understanding of that process. And then we also, of course, have a big focus on packaging, how we deal with problems of packaging waste. We have bottle return system. We package things in materials that can be reused or that already are recycled. And then that can easily be recycled or recaptured back into a circular packaging system. So our goal, and what I think we've had a lot of success with, is just introducing people on a very practical, face-to-face, daily level, introducing people to an entire supply chain and the process of making a product, so that people start to get a really feel for that. Products have a life beyond the few seconds where we actually use them. There's a life of them before, there's a life after we dispose of them, and try to help build some empathy throughout that, because my belief is that if we're going to meaningfully impact and change the broader system and the context that we're working in, we're going to have to deal with the entire system, not just little pieces of the system and tweak little results or tweak little parts of the system. We're going to have to look at this entire system and see how can we start to restructure it. But that also takes an understanding of the entire system and empathy for the entire system to start to really be able to conceptualize how we can make those changes.